Welcome back to modifying an F-86 Sabre. Well, the fuselage is all prepped and ready. But first we're going to put this protective coating on it. This polyacrylic protective finish. Someone had mentioned that if it's waxing, that it could flake on me. Well, it's not a wax. Like I said, it's a protective finish. I don't know if we can see it here. Let me see if we can get a good look at it here. And it's just like a plastic coating. And if you look right here on my the front end of my fuel tank, you can see a little bit of gloss where it's shiny. That's the protective coating. This is fully dry. So all it is just a protective coating. It's water based. It's not really a wax. I just said wax it because the name on it is Minwax. So I'm going to show you how to apply it. I got everything all masked off and ready for painting. But first we're going to put this protective coating on it. And I'm using just some cheap sponge brushes that I found at the dollar store for $1. I mean, they give you 5 different foam brushes, and that saved me a lot right there. So, think what Tim said, be generous in it and use a foam brush to spread it on generously. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to just spread it on thick and just get it all over the place and let it run down. That's not too bad. I'm going to talk a little loud here because my furnace has just kicked in. Yeah, the weather's turning for us here. I got it taped to this old oil box so it won't go anywhere. That way I can also use that when I take it outside and paint it. Let's get it up in the nose. Get that nose covered in there real good, the intake. Run some along the side, along the bottom. I'm going to lift it up a little bit. This stuff doesn't stink, but I got a window open down here anyway for ventilation, just in case there's some toxic fumes. I hate to see you guys see me get high on YouTube. I think YouTube would like that anyway. They're like, oh, you can't be getting high. We're going to have to edit you. So I'm spraying it on thick. We're going to let it dry overnight. This stuff isn't bad. I wish you guys could see it. I accidentally closed one of my speed brakes. There we go. I mean, it looks like it's pretty good stuff. You know, just spread it on thick with the brush. It's not even a paste. It's just, like I said, it's just like a liquid base coating. And when it dries, it leaves this protective coating. And it's not harmful. Like I said, it's water based, so you can easily wash it off if it gets on your clothes. But one guy who's at Visuals, he was asking about fiberglassing because he as much fun as he has with foam planes, they don't last. And he's right about that because I got some of my wooden planes and my fiberglass planes that I've had for years. And they can withstand dinks and bumps, but these foam planes, they can't. Now fiberglassing is nice, but it takes a lot out. See all the details in here? Fiberglassing will remove all those details. You won't have those pretty details in there. Yeah, your plane will last a lot longer. It'll look good, real good. I've seen some videos of guys who have fiberglassed their foam planes, and they look really good. But all that detail, all that pretty detail, was gone. But with this will give it to make it a little more dink resistant. Because you know, you guys who fly your foamies, even with EPO foam, every now and then you're going to get some dinks in them. But this will just help to protect it from some of the dinks. And it also gives the paint a good basis to lock onto. So, This is coming along nicely. Like I said, this is all you pretty much do. Take that foam brush and just soak it up in there real nice. Spread it across, spread it around. Don't let it cake up. It pretty much runs pretty good too. Like I said, since it's water based, it runs all down to the bottom. So when it gets to the bottom, I just spread it out down there. But it's not bad. You guys get any snow? I know this morning it was snowing hard. I thought I was going to break my windshield when I was on my way to work. I live here in Cleveland, Ohio, and we always had a saying, it may be snowing now, but give it an hour, it'll change. And sure enough, it was like 30-some degrees in the morning, and it was snowing, and tomorrow it's going to be in the 50s and sun. So I'm hoping to get this thing out in the backyard and paint it. I don't have very much room or ventilation down here in the basement. Not as much as I like to have when I paint. Got a couple windows I can open, but still, I prefer to do it outside. But this is coming along nice. Once again, thanks Tim. This is work. Tim from Tinkerman RC. This is coming along nicely. This works nice. I like this stuff. You know, it's quick, it's easy. Let it dry overnight. You're ready for paint the next day. Not bad. Not bad at all. And I got that wing done. I got to do some masking on that, so I can get it ready to be painted as well. Like I said, the weather's changing fast. The weather's changing fast, and I really like to get outside and get this done. Oh, and I'm going to be getting off the Sabre for a little bit to make you guys another video. What I'm going to do, you'll like this. Like I said, I used to scratch build quite a bit. And I still have some of one of my scratch build planes. That A10 that I showed you some time ago. That was my second scratch build, and I still have it. Well, one of the planes I want to redo again is a de Havilland 103 Hornet. That was my first scratch build. I had fun with that plane. And I guess you could say that was a big achievement with it, because it was my first scratch build, my first twin engine, and my first tail dragger. It flew great, surprisingly well. So I'm going to bring it, but I crashed it real bad. So bad that it broke her back and broke the wings. That was in my early days. I'm much better now. But it broke everything. And it was only 45-inch wingspan, twin engines with two 15-size nitro engines and retractable landing gears. And this was back in the 80s when I built it, so you know the technology wasn't as good as it was back as it is now. I'm gonna do a retro build. So when I paint this Sabre and get it all sitting around, let it dry, I'm gonna do a video, because I finally found some plans. I finally found the plans for that plane. I'm gonna do a video on that and let you guys see it, show you what the things I did to it. In fact, I still got the engines, but then I upgraded it later on, back in the early 90s. So I'm gonna do a video on that, kind of get you off the Sabre, because I don't want to over Sabre you. Well, that went on pretty nice. That's all it took. That went on pretty good. So if you guys want to give your foamies a little protective finish, this is what you can use. Not bad. Like I said, getting back to that retro build, I'm going to do that, get off the Sabre for a little bit. I know some of you guys might be tired of the Sabre and say, we want to see something else. You know, too much of a good thing ain't good. And like I said, this is water-based, so I can go over to the sink and just wash this foam brush out, and it'll be ready to use again. But this stuff is not bad. I didn't use as much as I thought I would. Make sure that top is on good. I don't want it to pop off on me. There we go. But this stuff isn't bad. So if ever you know, one of you need to use this, this is what it is, by Minwax. It's a water-based polyacrylic protective finish. It's not a wax. It just says Minwax. I call it a wax for short. So don't let me confuse you guys. And it's a clear gloss when it dries, but it leaves a protective finish. Put it on thick and just spread it out. And I got plenty left over, so for 16 bucks, I got plenty to go elsewhere if I have to. But like I said, in the meantime, just let it spread out. Just spread it out. And let it dry overnight. Then you can paint it. Even though I don't think it dries that fast, does it? Let me see here. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about fast drying. But it is harmful vapors and irritates the eyes, skin. So you might want to wash your hands afterwards. But it's not. I got some on it, but it's not feeling. I'm not feeling anything. But still wash your hands. Guess you guys don't need me to tell you that, especially if you've been building long enough. It's starting to get thick already.